Okay, so we're going live there. Yeah. Already. In 9 seconds. It started? Yes, we can start. Hi everyone. Hello everyone. This is Neet and we are here with the live. I'm Manvi and this is our registered migration agent Neet. We are here with another live session of Visa Empire. And then we are here to answer all of your queries. If you have anything related to the GSM, if you have anything related to the employer sponsor category as well. So our migration agent Neet, she'll be answering all of your queries. Yes. So you can start dropping your questions so that we can answer them. Yep, sure. And before that, we can just talk about different states, what all states are open. Till the time we wait for you to join us live, we can just start with all the states. Yes. So let's start with Western Australia. Yes, ma'am. So today it says Neat that today it's Western Australia's the round is going to take place. So it's like everybody's so curious about it. Is it really going to happen? When will it happen? I know. So it's already 4 p.m. here in Queensland, but if you know, like Western Australia, they are 2 hours behind us. And in that case, generally they conduct their invitation round. Generally, we get invitations about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening. Yeah. When they are just about to close. So we are still hoping today there will be a round and we will be getting invitations this evening. Yeah. Yeah. So see, in time they are behind, but they're so good, no, conducting the invitation rounds. Exactly. This time, since they have 10,000 seats, and out of 10,000, 5,000 seats are totally allocated to GSM and 5,000 are for DAMA. We are very hopeful that they are going to have a very big round this financial year, and the first round is going to be a big round. So let's hope for the best. All the best, guys, and I hope you all have updated your EOIs and nobody is over-claiming the points. All the points that you are claiming, they are all the real points. What you have, those points, you have all the evidence to support those. Exactly. And Neet, there is a question that generally we are getting from our clients these days. So basically they're asking that for the DAMA purpose, if they've moved to Western Australia, let's say, and now their residential address and everything is with Western Australia's details. But at any point of time, unfortunately, they don't get anything from Western Australia. And now the employer, they're ready to sponsor them here, or they're planning to come back to Queensland. Is it a good thing to come back, or should they continue staying there? So I think you're asking about state nominated. So for state nomination, many people, they have moved to Western Australia. And if in case you're not getting an invitation and your visa is expiring, imagine your visa is expiring in September, October, you haven't gotten the invitation from Western Australia, and your employer here in Queensland or in Victoria is ready to sponsor you, you are more than welcome to come back. It's not like, okay, if you have moved once there, that you cannot come back and you're sponsored, because for 482, 407, the sponsor can be anywhere in Australia. So in that case, you are more than welcome to come back. That's great, guys. So if by any chance you've moved and you want to come back to Queensland, more than welcome, you can come back. And then following just that, Suneet, which other states are open right now? Where other people should they, apply? Yeah, sure. Let's talk about those. So Western Australia, as I said, today there will be an invitation round. We are very hopeful, can be any time. Now let's talk about ACT. They conducted an invitation round yesterday. ACT, their requirements are also not very difficult. Only thing you need to understand Canberra matrix. That's the only thing you need to understand. And in that, if your points are good, it's then you can make it in ACT. ACT got good number of seats, 1,800 seats they have, more than Queensland at any point. So look at the size of Queensland and the population there in Queensland. Last financial year, Queensland, they received 20,000 EOIs and they had only 1,550 seats. ACT comparatively, it's a very small state and population is also, migrant population is also less compared to Queensland. And they got 1,800 seats. Yesterday's invitation round was a very good round. Many people got their invites, but then you need to understand Canberra matrix point for ACT. The requirements are simple. For 190, you can be working anywhere, not even in nominated occupation, for 6 months and 30 hours per week, and you can be nominated. For 491, the requirements are 3 months of work anywhere, again, not in nominated field, and you can be nominated for 491. That's ACT. Tasmania also conducted an invitation round yesterday, and people with orange plus attribute, they also got invitation from Tasmania yesterday offshore, right? So Tasmania is going to invite good number of people this financial year. You guys can consider Tasmania. Tasmania got number of streams, and they have some standard eligibility criteria, and then they have different sort of eligibility criteria under each attribute. As you know, they have green attribute, red, orange, and all those colors, right? Very colorful state at this moment in terms of invitation. So that's Tasmania. They conducted invitation round yesterday. So the states, those who have opened their those who have opened for this financial year, they are ACT, Western Australia, Northern Territory, Tasmania. Northern Territory has started sending invites as well. We got one invitation from Northern Territory for 491, and it was just in 4 days we got the invitation. Just in 4 days.
Yeah. And ma'am, is it like in the past time, this ACT was considered to be a little difficult state to live in, but now do you think ACT is a good option for people to move in?
Yes, ACT, considering their eligibility criteria is simple, like you need not to work in nominated field. I think that's how, like, people are not getting a job in their nominated field. And if they don't have any other option, then I think ACT is a good state, second to but Western Australia. Western Australia is better than ACT.
And Sunit, we have started getting some of the questions in our TikTok live as well, as we are there as well live. So let's start taking the questions from there. So
sure.
Avas is actually asking, please tell about 190 for registered nurses with 65 points in New South Wales upcoming invitation.
Okay, New South Wales, definitely they said health is one of their priority sectors. But last financial year was not good for RNs, for anybody, right? We are hopeful that this financial year we are going to get invites from New South Wales and RNs even at 65 points. For New South Wales, they consider points. So if you can improve your points, that would be better. Plus, like, you will have that, privilege to apply 189, and 189 invitation round can happen anytime. And again, they may start prioritizing nurses.
Yes, so very, very hopeful for nurses this time. And another is Biplo's question. So basically, he's asking, when is South Australia nomination opening?
South Australia will be opening very soon. Not certain about the date, exact date, and they haven't even published their criteria. So it's right now a mystery for all of us about South Australia. But what we are expecting, they are going to bring back their outer regional stream. This is what, like, we are excited about right now.
And another one is neat. So diploma of nursing from Brisbane, would it be beneficial or not? The question is just this.
Okay, so diploma of nursing from wherever you do it, it depends upon your profile again, right? If you have good points, and if you don't need points from regional, then you can consider even Brisbane. But imagine if your points are very less, you can consider regional studies. But regional studies need to be 18 months, minimum 18 months. They need to understand that. So it's a very big question at this point because I don't have much information about you. So if you can tell me more about your profile, it would be better.
Yeah. And then Maninder Chauhan also wants to know that which state for motor mechanic with 85 points for 491, including state points?
Western Australia for motor mechanic with these many points, because right now South Australia is a very good state, and it never consider only points. It considers if you are living in South Australia, working in your nominated occupation, but their criteria seems to be a bit strict about 6 months and 12 months. So that's the reason I said, like, Western Australia would be better with 85 points compared to South Australia.
Yeah. And another very interesting question from AIM is coming actually. So he's asking, can protection visa be converted to sponsor visa?
Yes, why not? Like, it's not protection visa. I know what you must be trying to ask. Like, you have lodged protection visa, you are on a bridging visa.
can you lodge some other visa? Let's say you are currently on a bridging visa associated with protection visa, and you got invitation from some state for 91 for 190. Definitely, you can go for that. Also, if you have 3 years of experience right now onshore, if your protection visa is not open, you can consider 494 if employer is ready to sponsor. There are many options for protection visa applicant, those who have like they are on bridging visa A, B and C, even up to C. If you are on a bridging visa, even C, there are many options for you. You can come and talk to us, we can discuss your pathway.
Perfect. And then Neet, coming to the Facebook users as well. So even they're asking us which state is good for chefs at 85 points.
Okay, 85 points chef. As you know, Western Australia, they have 4 priority sectors and hospitality is one among those. I think Western Australia, I would say again, better for chef at 80 points.
Yes. And then another one as well, let's take from there. So it says, how many points needed for RN 189 visa?
Last invitation round on 13th of June, they invited RNs only at minimum of 85. So for RN, last invitation round was 85. So you can think like whether this time again, if they're going to follow the same rule, then 85.
Yes. And I'm seeing myself in Sam. No, Sam is sending again. Why new Western Australia round is not happening?
Okay, Western Australia, as I said, always they conduct an invitation round towards the end of the day. So when we go home, from here, Queensland or Victoria, people go home 6 o'clock, 6:30, and there in Western Australia, it's about 4:30. That's when we generally start getting the invitation round emails. So be patient, Sam. You will get an invite today.
Definitely. Sam, you can relax. Invite will come. And then, ma'am, it's Shaman's question. So he's saying he's a civil engineer draft person, 75 points Western Australia. Any chances for 91190?
Looks like yes, in today's round. And let's hope how many civil engineering draft person people they are getting the invite.
Sure. And then Daman is also asking how long we can get TR if I live in regional and study in regional for trade course.
Trade course, there is no such thing like extension of your TR under regional stream or any other stream. For trade course, there's nothing.
And ma'am, Suleiman wants to know that what are the best options for enrolled nurse?
For enrolled nurses, for enrolled nurses, you have options for state nominated visa, that is 190, 491, or you have options for employer sponsored stream 482, 494, and 186 is only after 482. So 482 and 494 are the options for employer sponsored stream.
Sure.
Depending upon your experience and how many years of experience you have.
And ma'am, there's Binod's question as well. And so he's asking in South Australia, how many working hours needed for 491 visa? He's doing 20 hours per week.
So it depends. Again, their criteria is not yet published. So last financial year criteria, it was 20 or 30 hours, not on top of my head. But yes, every time they change their requirements, and for every occupation, their requirements are changed. So let's wait for their criteria. So you should not be, I would still say, start working 30 hours per week to be on safer side for 491 in South Australia.
Okay, I'm so sorry, Sam. We won't be able to discuss about others here. So just positivity. So, and then another one from Big Mind. So Big Mind is asking, what are my chances for 75 points for 190, 85 so he's having actually 75 points for 190 and 85 for 491 in Western Australia. He's a Western Australia graduate as well.
And what occupation?
Which occupation, Big Mind?
Okay, yeah, occupation mentioned. Yes,
exactly. And then, ma'am, Sam is asking, living in Western Australia, 80 points carpentry, 190. Any chance?
South Australia or
Western Australia?
Yes, very good chances. Construction is in their priority list. If you haven't gotten your 189, which was on 13th of June, then 190 should be there. Yep.
Yes. And then, okay, ma'am, Big Mind is actually chef.
Okay, chef. Chef is in priority of Western Australia, so we can be hopeful. Let's wait for our update. So if you are following us on social media like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, we keep you posted about every state's updates and whenever they are getting conducting the invitation round. As soon as today they conduct their invitation round, Western Australia will update you how many chefs, how many civil engineering draft person, how many carpenters got the invite. So just stay tuned.
Yeah. And then ma'am, Faisal is asking 75 own points for motor mechanic working part-time in New South Wales. Which state is better for him?
Motor mechanic. If you have time, then South Australia is better. But like if you're time constrained, then Western Australia.
And then, ma'am, someone has completed 6 months in job ready in regional Victoria in carpentry. And he's asking which state is good for carpenters in 491.
For 491 carpenters, Western Australia, again, construction is in their priority and that's in their critical list as well. Western Australia is the state for construction occupation.
And ma'am, the same guy, he's asking again, should he go to Tasmania or Perth if he has to choose in between these two?
Perth. Tasmania is a bit strict with their criteria, and if you're not finding job in your nominated occupation, then it would be hard in Tasmania compared to Western Australia. But yes, Tasmania is a state where not many migrants are there compared to Western Australia. Right now, people are moving. There's a shift, to Western Australia. Whereas in Tasmania, not many are moving, and Tasmania got good number of seats. So Tasmania is also not a bad option. But currently, critical list, if you look at critical list, Western Australia got construction in their critical list.
And ma'am, another one from Polar Star. So he's asking 491 IT, 80 points, no experience, 2 years TR remaining. Any chances?
491, if you're not working in nominated occupation, the only chance you have is in Western Australia, again, depending upon your occupation, or in ACT, because all other states, they are looking for working in nominated occupations. So Western Australia, ACT, these are the options.
And followed by that, Orbit is asking, he's a life scientist, a life science technician, and 80 points, New South Wales or South Australia?
South Australia, we would ask for working in nominated occupation, whereas New South Wales want. So New South Wales is better.
And ma'am, someone is offshore. He's asking that he has 3 years experience as a chef. How to verify his experience like any departments?
OSAP, go for OSAP, that is Overseas Skill Assessment Pathway. So that's through VETASYS and through TRAs. There are 2 different pathways, and if you need more help, you can always contact us. So that they are the skills assessment bodies.
And there is another question. It says civil design completes next year, April. Is it useful to move to Perth now or later?
Even if you move now, you won't be falling under Western Australian graduate because your complete studies are not there in Western Australia. So I would say then you can wait. You can wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Ankit is again asking that working as a draft person in South Australia, any PR chances? 65 points, 190, 75, 491.
Yes, good chances. And especially in South Australia, if your visa is expiring, imagine now whenever they are opening, imagine if they're opening next week and your visa is expiring before December, they are going to prioritize you compared to people, those who have their visa validity like until next year.
Yeah. And there's a New South Wales person. He's saying New South Wales, 95 points for ICT security specialist and 90 points for engineering technologist.
New South Wales, we cannot predict, and especially when they are a state. Actually, they are never very clear about their criteria. They are never clear about their selection criteria. I would say that whether they are giving preference to points or whether they are giving preference to certain occupation, they are never clear. So this financial year, they are right now closed. And their pathway 1 is something that is guaranteed. So if you are considering pathway 1, definitely, then I can say stay there. Otherwise, no one can predict New South Wales. Very, very unpredictable state.
So unpredictable New South Wales is followed by another question. It says, hi, I'm Cook, 75 points, 3 years experience.
Okay, so what you want to know then? You are Cook, I understand, 3 years, but what is your question to us?
Yes, you can continue your question and I'll pick it up then. And guys, I'm like, we're getting a lot of questions. If by any chance your question goes up, you can please send it again. And then, while scrolling, I'll just get your question once again.
Yeah.
And then Danika wants to know that she's an overseas teacher. Can she migrate to Australia?
For overseas teachers, if you want to migrate to Australia, what do you need to do? The first step is skills assessment. So how to get skills assessment? AITSL is the body, and you need to have IELTS score 7788. So that is one way how you can migrate through skilled pathway. Even if you want to migrate through employer sponsored stream, which is very hard for teachers, right? Unless until you have registration from one of the states, and then a school is ready to sponsor you. In that case, again, you would need AITSL registration. So the first thing is like get registration for that. IELTS score requirement is pretty high, but if you're confident, go for it.
Yes. And then, ma'am, that is followed by Abhishek Sharma. He's asking, any chance New South Wales 491-190 on 95 and 85 points for ICT business analyst, including 3 years onshore experience?
Chances are good, like for him, and especially if he's working in nominated occupation, chances seem to be very good for him.
That's great.
Yeah.
And another one from Harman.
Yes.
So Harman is a motor mechanic, 80 individual points in Victoria. Should he move to any other state or should he stay?
Victoria got good number of seats. I would say if you are planning to stay only in Victoria, consider a 491 as well for Victoria. So start living in regional Victoria. They got good number of seats for 491, and people are not interested in 491. Many in that case, Victoria, if you're considering, consider 491 as well. Otherwise, move to different state.
And there is Shrishti's question. So she's asking Western Australia graduate diploma of community worker, 190, 90 points chances.
Good chance, very good chance. Hopefully you'll get it tonight.
Wow. And Deepa's question is that she's in Queensland. So she's actually waiting for 190 of Queensland, 75 points for nursing.
Queensland was tough for last 2 financial year. It was really tough, even for nurses. If you are considering relocation, you can go for interstate Western Australia, EOI, lodge EOI from interstate from here. If your visa is expiring, I would say consider relocation and wait for Victoria to announce their criteria. Sometimes they are very generous for nurses. Victoria has always been very generous for nurses. So wait for them to announce their criteria.
And another one is neat. So it says, hi, ma'am, is it necessary to work with same employer after 491 pathway 1 EOI approved and visa lodged, New South Wales?
No, there is no such requirement. Only thing, every financial year, their criteria change, right? So imagine this time they don't have requirement. Right now, no requirements. So if next financial year, but I think he's asking about the last one only. So it should be fine.
And Neet, let's take some Facebook questions as well.
Yeah.
So a Facebook user asks that Victoria 190, family of 3, completed Masters in Information Systems, specializing cybersecurity, doing training in same field, have worked as software tester in past 3 years. Any chance?
Depends upon your profile, like how many points you are at. Since you are a family of 3, in that case, skill partner is going to be an added advantage. If you don't have skill partner, ask him to improve on his English score. I know, like this is like totally insane this time. Victoria is considering only if there are partnered, in that case, skill partner.
Oh. So, and if you are feeling like to get married, they should actually find a skilled partner. Okay,
exactly.
You're ready.
Exactly. This is what I have been advising recently clients. If you are going to lose those 10 points by getting married, in that case, 6 each at least of your partner would give you 5 points back. So that's Australia, and that's Australian migration system and point system. Partner 5 points are important, like 6 each. 6 each if they can get, and skills assessment is possible even through overseas education and overseas employment. For these things, you can always contact Visa Empire. We got many partners skills assessment through different methods, so you can always contact us for that.
Yeah, I do remember some of the cases, Neet, when the partners, they used to just come with their partner and they used to have a consultation with you, and you were like, oh, okay, what qualification you have? You are ready for the skills assessment.
Exactly. So and we got like today also, we got today in the morning 2 skills assessment with assessed, and both were from overseas again. So overseas, it is possible. Only thing you need to know what's like, what's the way
exactly
to do it.
And Sunit, there's another question. It says chances for 75 points with state South Australia motor mechanic.
South Australia will give out invitation if you are meeting their criteria for sure, and especially if your visa is expiring before December, they will start sending out invitations.
And similar 190 motor mechanics. Okay, so I think that's the same question. Yeah, that's the same question. Yeah. Let's move to TikTok once again then.
Yeah. So guys, we are right now live on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram together on 3 different platforms. So sometime what we do, and YouTube as well. Yes, so I forgot about that. So we are live on 4 different platforms. So that's the reason there is a delay in answering your question. You can always book a consultation if you want to discuss your profile with us. But yes, every fortnight, 4 to 5 p.m. on Friday, we conduct these live sessions where on live sessions, we answer all your queries and try to get you a solution through live sessions.
And Sunit, there is another question. It says, ma'am, I have 75 points as first class welder. My chances for Western Australia and Victoria, 189 and 190.
189, it has nothing to do with the state, right? And 189 welder, very good chances. For 190, I would say Victoria, compared to Victoria, Western Australia is better, and you should get an invite from Western Australia.
And Orbit is asking again, what are the chances for life science technician in different states available? Which is the best option? 80 points.
Life scientists should be, I would say, in that case, South Australia, but then again, meeting their criteria, you need to be there working in their nominated field. New South Wales also gave out some invitation last financial year to life scientists. Let's wait for the criteria to be out for every state before making any decision of relocation.
Yeah.
So right now the states open are Western Australia, ACT, Northern Territory, and Tasmania. So we have only criteria for these 4 states. Others are closed at this moment, and their criteria are also not out. So let's wait for that.
And Sanjok is actually an RN and 75 points for 190 Western Australia. Any chances?
75 points.
70 points, actually.
70 points. Chances are good because health is again one of their priority sectors. You should get an invite.
Yeah. And any update on waiting times to obtain Australian residency when you have a bridging visa 010?
010, that is bridging visa A. So if you have bridging visa A, and what kind of residency are you waiting for? What kind of visa have you lodged? Is it 190? Because every visa, they have different processing time. If it's 190, to your surprise, the processing time has gone to 24 months. So it means if you have lodged 190 up to 2 years, you may have to wait for the grant. And you will be there on a bridging visa A.
And Kawaljit is actually she's having a skills assessment of cafe restaurant manager, and she's on 70 points. TR finishing in December 24. Any chances for her?
Western Australia is a good state. Cafe restaurant manager is in their priority list this time. So you can consider. For Queensland, though top 10 occupation with what they invited in 23-24, cafe and restaurant manager was one among those. But still, I would not assure you for Queensland, considering they have only 1,200 seats.
Yes. And do you know if partner visa times are coming down? They dramatically increased from last month.
No, not any chance. Though there are petitions going on for partner visa processing times. At this point, there is no news.
And we do have an accountant with us. That is a general accountant. 100 points for 189 and 100 plus 5 points for 190 New South Wales. Do you reckon any chance for invite in this year?
Looks like yes, because last invitation round for 189, accountants got invited at 100 and 105 points. And New South Wales also invited accountant at these many points. I think you should be fine in this financial year.
Yeah. And Neet, we have Kaur with us. So she's an enrolled nurse, 75 points on own, working in regional Victoria as an EN. Best state to get PR.
Victoria was the best earlier for ENs. Only thing for last financial year, it was bad. I would say stay there, wait for this financial year's criteria, and you can be lucky.
Yes. So I really hope that whenever the invitation round starts, everybody's luck just shines.
Exactly, exactly. This is what we are hoping, and we wish you all the best. Meanwhile, I would like to just mention, guys, if in case your visa is expiring September, October, anytime this year, and since these invitation rounds, they are not predictable, and you cannot hope for an invite all the time. You cannot be very, we can't be in that illusion that we are definitely going to get an invitation. At this point, you need to have a backup option as well. You need to have backup either in the form of 407 or in the form of 482 or 186 if you are eligible. So have a backup, have your sponsor ready in case your visa is expiring this year, like in next coming 3-4 months.
Yeah, and Neet, as you just mentioned about 407, Hershey is asking that 407 training visa processing time.
Processing time, it largely depends upon the occupation. We have got some physiotherapists, we got their visa granted just in 1 month. We got some disability support workers, disability support officers, what we call them. And for them as well, it was 2 to 3 months. Whereas we had some chef, some bakers, and their processing time is about 7 to 8 months. So it largely depends upon the occupation list. So where your occupation falls in.
So we are again getting, I mean, more than 30 to 40 questions. Same that Western Australia round.
Western Australia round, Western Australia round. As I mentioned, it can be any time. It can be any time, but most of the times, based on our experience with Western Australia, at 6:30 Victoria, Sydney, and Brisbane time, they will start sending out invitation just because they are 2 hours behind us. So this is what you need to understand. So just towards the closing of their this week, they start sending invitations. So by 6:30, you should get an invite from Western Australia.
And Neet, Shivam is actually asking that he's having 70 points for 119 construction industry offshore candidate for Western Australia.
Construction industry, which occupation in construction?
Shivam, you can please send me your, the occupation as well.
And for how many points?
That's 70 points offshore.
Good chances are there for construction.
And Neet, what is the processing time for 801 and 820 partner visa, please?
Again, partner visas, depending upon the nationality. This point I have raised many times earlier as well. If you are an Afghan citizen, partner visa can take 6 to 7 years. If you are from Middle East, like somewhere, again, it's going to take longer time. Whereas if you are from Europe, it is very quick. Like we are getting grants in 3 to 4 months. If you are from India, it can take up to 12 months. So it largely depends upon the nationality of the visa applicant.
Yeah, and Johnny, I just got your question that you're asking you should apply TR or student visa. Can you please elaborate your question a little more so I can ask from our migration agent? And Neet, along with that, we do have another question turning up. It says, can we apply EOI for Victoria? But they are actually waiting for the skills assessment.
No, don't ever try even. Guys, for skills assessment, if you have a skills assessment and that has expired, in that case, you can lodge an EOI with the expired skills assessment, and they give you 60 days even after the invitation to lodge your visa, right? But if you don't have a skills assessment, never ever try with those TRA numbers or anything lodging your EOI. It is not at all valid.
All right. So I hope they've got the answer. And then following by that, Neet, it's Satinder Preet. She's asking, she's got 85 points for 190. Chances of invite from Western Australia as a chef.
Good chance. And if you are residing in Western Australia, then good chance, because they are going to prioritize only people, those who are living in Western Australia.
Yes. And Raman, can you please ask your question again? Because see, basically, guys, we are just getting, as Neet already mentioned, that we are live on 4 platforms right now. So we're getting a lot of questions all together on the same screen. So sometimes it just goes up. So I may have missed that. Can you please ask your question again? And Neet, it says diploma of nursing at age of 22, living in Gold Coast from Brisbane. Even the question is, I think, incomplete. Can you please ask your question properly?
Please ask your question, like write your complete profile if you're asking some kind of question. We need to know your points. We need to know when your visa is expiring, because there are multiple factors when we have to advise you on anything. And guys, again, don't substitute your migration advice with this live session. Reason being, in this live session, you are not discussing your complete profile with us. We are trying to give you the answer based on the information that you are providing us. But at the same time, if you want to discuss your complete profile, I would say always book a consultation, either with your registered migration agent or with any of us.
And Neet, as I was just talking about Johnny just a couple of minutes ago, that he's asking whether he should go for a TR or again a student visa. So he's asked his question again. He says, I've done my study in diesel mechanics, Cert 3 and diploma. Now, should I apply for TR or student visa?
So if you are eligible for temporary resident, yes, I know what exactly you want to know. Just because a TR is going to be only for 18 months. And many people, they are right now, okay, after 485, I'm not going to get a student visa. So should I keep doing my studies? Guys, if you can afford financially, right? And if you can survive on 24 hours per week work rights, in that case, you can extend your student visa. You can upgrade your studies. You can always start your job ready program even on student visa. You can aim to complete your job ready program on student visa and keep your TR up to the, like I would say, complete your job ready program on student visa. And when you are just ready to, get invited, in that case, you can use your TR. So that's a wise way to go ahead if you are worried, like after TR, I'm not going to get a student visa.
Okay, Mohammed, you can contact us. You can give us a phone call, or you can just email us on our email. We'll be discussing, then we'll be just dropping you email regarding our charges for EOIs and ROIs, whatever we charge. And then
it's not huge, definitely. And for all the EOIs that you are eligible for one financial year, that's fixed cost. That's stage 1, and our remaining cost is only after invite.
Yeah. And Neet, Hamza is actually asking that they are the taxation accountants working in occupation and 80 points Western Australia resident working in occupation. Any chances?
Okay. If you are following in Schedule 1 and occupation is in Schedule 1, check that. Chances are very high. And if you are even Western Australia graduate, chances become even better. Otherwise, we cannot predict at this moment, just because taxation accountant, they are not in the priority list.
And Neet, Thilina wants to know that do I need Cert 4 for 482 visa as a mechanic?
As a mechanic, do I need
Cert 4?
Okay, I got your question, because right now with TRA guidelines and when it comes to 186 guidelines, there is a discrepancy, right? Let's say if we talk about chef, TRA says diploma, whereas we are getting chef approval 186 even at Cert 4. So to discuss about this particular scenario and your specific, circumstances, I would say book your consultation. We won't be able to advise you on this. I got your question, what you're asking, and the answer is positive. It's positive.
And followed by this, Neet, we have Hina with us. So she's an RN with 70 points in New South Wales, working in regional, 8 months as RN. What are the chances for 190 and 491?
And how many points? Points are not mentioned.
Yeah, I just missed them.
Depends upon your
70
points. 70
actually.
points.
Yeah.
70 points. New South Wales was inviting healthcare professional, but at higher points. If you can improve your points, that would be better. But as I said, again, the criteria is not yet out for New South Wales, Victoria. So we can wait, and they may prioritize health sectors again.
Yes. So maybe this year can be good for health sectors. And then this is followed by 190 New South Wales, 95 points for network administrator, and 90 points for engineering technologist. Invite chance, ma'am?
Good chances. The points are good. Plus IT is in their priority. Last financial year itself, they said IT infrastructure, all those are in their priority. The chances are good.
Ma'am, actually, Harvinder is asking that he's doing JRP in cookery, and almost finished construction, and he's on 90 points. Should he live in New South Wales?
Okay, it again largely depends upon by the time you complete what is the criteria in that particular state. We can advise you based on that, and also how many points you can get, like whether you are capable of getting 7 each, 8 each. It depends on that. Then only we can advise you which state is better.
And Neet, do you think South Australia will increase their nomination requirement 491? Your opinion?
They can. You never know. Like again, they keep changing their nomination requirements, but right now the requirements are something like everyone can meet if they are living in South Australia, but they keep changing. So let's wait for them to publish their criteria.
Yeah. Guys, if you're asking 100% surety on
No, we
Western
cannot.
Australia round,
100% surety on Western Australia round, I would not say 100%, but it is about 95%. Like it is going to conduct, they are going to conduct it today,
yes.
tonight. Yes.
So, and Neet Mandeep is actually asking that how many points required for RN 119 ACT?
ACT, have you seen the matrix points? How many points, matrix point you have? Not just your points. Look at that. Just because Canberra is not only considering your points, they are also considering matrix point, and chances are very good. Whatever you said, chances are good.
And Neet, if 190 New South Wales is lodged in Feb 2024, when can we expect the grant for an external auditor?
External auditor, in the 190 processing time has gone higher for everybody. So it has gone up to 24 months. So we cannot say right now like it is going to be sooner. It's going to take time.
And followed by this, we have a chef, and it's been 4 months in Tasmania. Any chances for 190?
Okay, so in Tasmania, which attribute you are falling under? So they have different attributes. So you need to understand whether you are falling in that green or orange or yellow. So based on that, we can say, okay, if gold is another attribute. So for Tasmania, there is no concrete answer I can give you. You need to understand which attribute you are under.
Yeah. And Neet Harjeet is actually asking that what about South Australia, 190 in bakers? I mean, I think he's a baker with
190. 190.
Yeah.
Chances are good. Like in South Australia, they will be inviting people this financial year because they got good number of seats, and they will consider prioritizing those who have their visa expiring soon.
And what will be the processing time of 189 visa grant?
189 visa grant, again, the processing time has gone higher. 189 right now, it's about 12 months.
Oh, wow. Another question, it says, I'm studying on student visa now and need an extension. Do I have to pay 1,600 even for an extension?
Like, I don't understand what the question is.
I think they're basically asking about the department fees. Like,
yes, even for extension, yes, Manvi, that's your department, right? You got that question.
Yeah.
Yes.
And even stack department is becoming so greedy these days. It's like, basically people
Every
living
time,
2,300.
Yeah. So consider stack as well, as Manvi said. So 1,600, definitely you have to pay the department fee, that's 1,600 even for visa extension.
And then these days department is just giving 700 stack to everybody.
So that is like stack is like if you have been continuously, consistently applying for onshore visas, in that case stack is applicable. You can always check the stack from Home Affairs website whether the stack will be applicable or not. So there is a tool called fee estimator on Department of Home Affairs website. So when you are managing your funds and everything for student visa, check whether stack is applicable in your case, and then you can organize the funds.
And Neet, there is Dipansh Verma. He's asking, I'm living in Victoria, having 80 points in painting. Any chance for Western Australia?
Living in Victoria. So Western Australia is going to prioritize people, those who are living in Western Australia. Even if you have moved, like, let's say, day before their invitation round, and you have updated on your EOI and you have residential proof that you are residing in Western Australia, in that case, your file will be prioritized over those who are interstate and overseas. So for interstate and overseas, same priority is there. Yeah. So imagine you are here, interstate in Victoria, having 75 points. There is a person offshore in India having 75 points. So both will be getting equal priority, and then they are going to look at who has lodged the EOI earlier. So if that person lodged the EOI earlier, that person is going to be prioritized over you sitting interstate, whereas the highest priority will be given to those who are living in Western Australia.
And Neet, there is another question. It says that they've lodged 190 external auditor, but they got invited as 189 as well. Which one do you think they should lodge?
189. More
Yes.
freedom to move after your grant, and also the processing time is quicker compared to 190.
And how about the community workers?
You're lucky. Like, people are even waiting for one invite. He got invitation for 2. So guys, anytime tonight as well, when you get invitation, it is a humble request. Please withdraw all your EOIs wherever you have lodged if you got an invite today and you are proceeding with that invite. Reason being, it gives everybody a fair chance. And right now, migration, it is so tough here in Australia, not in Australia, in every country. And at this point, I think everybody should be united and everybody should be thinking about helping others if you can in any way.
And Neet, the community worker with 85 points in Victoria, any chance for invite?
Victoria, as I earlier mentioned, that wait for their criteria. If they are going to prioritize health sector and community people, community support workers, in that case, stay there. Otherwise, you need to consider relocation.
Yes. And regarding the Western Australia, we have another question, Neet. So Shahbaz, he's asking, he's having 80 points as a civil draft person living in Western Australia. What are the chances for 491?
Good chances. Good chances.
Maybe today Shahbaz is going to get invite.
Yes, and he's going to be lucky.
And Shweta has applied 491 in Western Australia, 80 points, cafe and restaurant manager, and 190, 70 points, New South Wales. What are the chances for that?
Western Australia also she has applied?
Yeah,
as an interstate candidate. As an interstate, the chances are slim, whereas living in Western Australia, that stream would be prioritized. For New South Wales, chances are better. If you have lodged interstate for Western Australia, but New South Wales as a resident, New South Wales chances are better.
Yeah. Raman, can you please send your question once again? If you've asked the question, I'm so sorry, I just missed that one. And will I get invite? It's Manveer here. Manveer, we'll do your skills assessment, then we'll let you know. That's our client, ma'am, actually.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And Neet, basically, Raman is asking that please tell chef processing time in New South Wales, Northern River.
Sorry, guys. I just need to have some water.
Yes.
What was the question?
So basically, Raman is asking if what is the chef processing time, New South Wales, Northern River?
It doesn't depend upon like from where you have lodged your 190. Definitely regional sponsored visas, they are being prioritized, but state nominated visa, they are like having same processing time. As I said, it has gone up to 24 months.
Yes. And Ali is actually asking that my student visa expired 5 months ago. I have not lodged a TR. What are you doing, Ali?
Ali, hope you are not unlawful. What visa have you lodged?
Followed by that, we have 491. Oh, I just missed the question. I'm so sorry. Actually, it's 491, 75 points as a chef in Western Australia.
As a chef, 491, 75 points. Let's wait for tonight's invitation round. Then we can comment like how many points, what was their cutoff, and who got invitation. So wait for our update on our social media channels about Western Australia tonight's round, which we are hopeful, like 95% sure that it will be conducted tonight. But if it's not tonight, like next week, then in that case, stay tuned to Visa Empire.
And ma'am, I was discussing Raman with you. So the Northern River she's living in. So she's actually saying that she is waiting 186 chef processing time.
Okay, 186 Northern River. In that case, 186 definitely it will be processed earlier compared to those who have lodged from Metropolitan. Reason being regional employer-sponsored stream in any regional area, they are prioritizing. But 186 right now, it is taking time. It's taking about 10 months. Yeah, today only we got 186. After nomination, we launched the visa because we were waiting for the nomination to be approved. We got it in February. We launched 24th of February, and today we got the grant. We'll be sharing those grants soon on our Facebook page. So any grants you want to see, the success stories, they're all on our Facebook page. We never post these grants and other stuff on TikTok. On TikTok, we just post updates on different state, migration news. But yes, our success stories are there on Facebook, Instagram.
And Neet, there is another question from Sarah. She's actually asking that after divorce, is there any problem to the dependent who's on 491 visa in future?
No problem at all. 491, if you have got 491 as a secondary applicant and you got divorced, unfortunately, in that case, what happens, like you just need to maintain that condition, living, working, and studying in regional. Whatever you do, it should be in regional. And then after 3 years, you will be eligible to apply 191 on your own.
Perfect. And then there is another question, Neet. 85 points, South Australia, hairdresser, subclass 190.
Okay, South Australia will invite, as we said, and hairdresser, not much competition is there. You will get an invite.
Perfect. Hopefully, Manpreet will get his invite as an hairdresser. So, followed by that, we do have Sparkles as well. So, she's asking, what's the current cutoff invited mark for the skills visas in Victoria?
And for what occupation? For every occupation, cutoff is 10. So if you ask me about accountant, the cutoff can be about 100 points. Whereas if you ask me about construction, last cutoff was 65. So depending upon the occupation, depending upon the visa subclass, the cutoff is going to be different.
And though Rachel's question is a little confusing for me, but still it says, I'm nurse on student visa. That will expire on October 2024. So maybe she's already a nurse and she's having 65 points. What visa is best for her to apply?
She's 65 points and RN. So hope you have lodged your EOIs for 189. And when is visa expiring?
That's expiring in October.
And how many years of experience?
She hasn't actually mentioned about that.
Okay, so if you have an employer ready to sponsor you, in that case, you can consider sponsorship visa. Otherwise, you cannot just rely on the invitations from 189, 190, 491. Just don't rely only on invitation. Apply to every state where you are eligible for EOI, but at the same time, have a backup in some form.
And there is, after a long time, we've got a welder's question. So they're asking the welder in Victoria, 70 points with 88K salary. Any chance in next round Victoria or Western Australia?
Western Australia chances are better compared to Victoria, but Victoria also, you are working in nominated occupation, getting a good salary. So let Victorian state announce their criteria. In that case, we will be able to tell you with more certainty.
Yeah. And followed by this, we do have Webhoff. He's asking, cookery completing next year, New South Wales. Can I move Western Australia straight away or for GRP?
Yes, you can move to Western Australia straight away, and then you will fall in Schedule 1, Schedule 2 stream, like Stream 2, Stream 1, or people call it Schedule 1, Schedule 2. Yeah. You can do that.
And though Queensland is very strict, but still, Olak is asking if 491 70 points as a carpenter, any chances in Queensland?
Carpenter may still get invite in Queensland, considering construction is again their priority, Queensland's priority. But from Queensland, you cannot have those 100% hopes because they got very limited seats, very limited seats. And guys, in 5 minutes, we will be going off live. So if you have questions, ask us right now. Otherwise, feel free to book your consultation with any of our registered migration agents, or you can go to our website. If you have a general query, you can just submit a form on website about the general query, and our team will get back to you.
Yeah. And Neet, we were discussing about Sparkles when she was asking her current cutoff. So so she's actually a data analyst, I guess. Yeah. So what's the current cutoff invited mark for skill visa in Victoria?
See, it's not on top of my head like for every visa.
Yeah.
So all these questions you can ask your registered migration agent or you can search online. Most of the occupation I know, but like certain occupation, it's not on top of my head. I don't want to give you any wrong answer here in this live session.
And Neet, how about SBO chances in Queensland?
SBA chances are very good in Queensland again in this financial year, and I hope you have already settled your business before they start sending the invitation or before they start opening or they open their this financial year 190 491.
And now we have very less time, but we are getting back to back to back to back questions.
Questions.
So, and another one is that chances for developer programmer in New South Wales, 95 points for 190.
Good chances. Developer programmer in New South Wales with this points. Yep, good chance. And hopefully you have also lodged 189. You never know. 189 cutoff can also go down for developer programmer.
And Neet, similarly, the question comes again that when will South Australia open?
South Australia, it can be any time, can be next week or the following week. It should be soon, very soon.
Very soon. And so, Shiva, I hope you've got your answer. And Siddharth is asking that which is the best option for RN? I think he's asking about the state.
State. Which state is best? Right now, only 4 states are open. And out of these 4 states, meeting the criteria is something that you need to think of. Western Australia criteria is the simplest of all these 4 that are open right now. For other states, we are still waiting for their criteria to be announced. As soon as they announce their criteria, stay tuned to our social media channels and we will update you, and then you can make an informed decision.
Yeah. And it will take the final question from our Facebook at least. So
Yes.
it says, are they going to do the 189 round soon, ma'am?
Okay, for 189, what's the trend? Like from last 1 year, the trend is 6 months. Every 6 months, they are conducting round. So if they have conducted round in June, definitely in December, there is going to be round, but sometimes they change because it's a new financial year. So they may change it to quarterly. In that case, I can expect another round in September.
Yeah. And then Neet, I'll take another, maybe just the final question from
Okay, again. One more question.
From TikTok.
Yes.
So it's that Victoria, any chance for Chef 491 90 points?
Victoria, yes, chances would be better, especially for 491, considering from last financial year, 600 seats. This time they have 2,000 seats. So I would say the chances are better.
So now we're just going to wind up our live. But before that, our registered migration agent, Neet, I would just like to have, the closing statements from your side, like what you would like to recommend our audience, what they should do to improve their points, how this year should go for them.
Sure. So guys, migration in Australia right now, it is becoming tougher. So I would say improve on your points. If you are aiming for skilled visa, in that case, you need to improve on your points through PT, get your 8 each, 7 each, whatever you can achieve. Get your NATI sorted. If you are married, ask your partner to take 6 each. Or and skills assessment, don't ever think to go for skills assessment of your partner if he or she is not capable of getting 6 each. Many are in this picture, and I have seen people getting that civil engineering certificate, civil engineering draft person for partner, and they are not able to get their 6 each. You need to understand, without 6 each, you cannot claim skills assessment point for your partner. So that's something that you need to consider when you are considering skills assessment for the partner, whether he or she can get 6 each. So skilled partner points need to be improved for this financial year. Other thing, right now the era is employer sponsored era. So I would say have your employer ready, who is ready to sponsor you as a backup, like for 482 visa, 407 visa, 186 visa, whatever visa you are eligible for any employer sponsored visa, or even for DAMA. If you have an employer in DAMA who is ready to sponsor you, you can always contact Visa Empire. You can see a recent grants through DAMA program, through 482 494 recent grants on our Facebook page. You can look at our Google review, and you can always contact us, book your consultation with any of our registered migration agents. We are all here to help you guys, and we wish you all the best.
All the best, guys. I hope the live was quite informative for you. And as soon as the Western Australia round will happen, we'll update you everything
Sure.
on our Facebook and our TikTok and all of the other, the pages that we use. So please be tuned with us. Do book your consultation so that we can provide you more detailed information on your particular profiles. All the best, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend. That and string.
I think it's on the other side.
And string. That was Saver.